M. Johnson from Arlington, Texas, and we're both national marketing directors. And I'll let Bill tell our story.
We've been in the business since September 1, 1987, and it's been a marvelous thing for us. We're 120 years old now, since our last birthday, and just 2 years and about 5 months ago, I had not worked for 2 years, and I'd been sick. My doctor's here in the audience, and we thought we owed the government $90,000 back income tax. We'd been evicted from our home. We owed 2 months. We were delinquent 2 months on 2 cars. I didn't even know how I was going to make that month's rent payment. And I had high blood pressure, 210 over 120. And I'd lay around and Em would say, what do you think we're going to do, honey? And I said, I don't know. And then I would think, and I don't care. And Earl Shaw came to our home and hooked up a 50C. He called me up and he said, I'm in Dallas. I'd like to have your opinion on something. I was the most successful guy he knew anyway. And Earl had just been in the business 1 hour, and he drove out. He hooked up the 50C, and I was immediately sold to the fact that the water turned yellow. I thought, you know, I didn't say it to him or anybody. I just thought, I don't know what that thing costs, but he's not going to get it back. And he didn't know I was that broke. He probably wouldn't have drove out to the house. But anyway, he showed us a video, and we signed up for $20. And our first month check was more money than I'd made in years. And so now, shortly thereafter, we became national marketing directors and the fifth dimension in national marketing directors. Now we're on the President's Advisory Council. We made more money in the first 2 years in this business than I made the previous 40 years of my life. We're thankful.
Hi, we're Bob and Sue Burdick from Somerville, Georgia. Thank you. We're married for 21 years. We have 5 sons, and I have always been a housewife at home with the kids, and Bob has always been in construction. And when my youngest son went off to school, I started looking for something to do. I tried real estate and computer school, and what all did I do? Teaching aerobics and yard work and maid work and some of anything you can name, and just couldn't make any money. And then a friend of mine, David Stuckrath, introduced me to NSA, and the first 2 weeks, retailed the product and got a couple of friends involved and made over $3,000 in the business, and that got Bob's attention. I was making more money than he was out on a construction job all day, and I'll let him tell you what's happened to us on the financial end of it since then. It's completely changed our lives.
We made over $10,000 our first full month in the business. We earned a little over $30,000 net our second month. We've never made less. We've been in business 30 months now. We made $1.5 million. We've averaged over $50,000 a month from day one. It's been totally life-altering. I bought back a home I lost back in 1984, and this past summer I was able to build my mom a house and give it to her. In fact, she's here with me tonight, and she's finally in the business.
My name is Alex Giampetro. I'm from Long Island. Come April, it'll be 2 years that I'm in this business. You hear a lot about a lot of money being earned here. And I guess many of us, if not all of us, come in for that reason, but there are many more rewarding things that can go with this business. I'm a national marketing director. As some of you know me, I have 2 sons who both became national marketing directors at the age of 22 and 23. And maybe some of the parents in the room can identify with me with this part. The most rewarding thing for me is being able to introduce this business to many people that are very close to me, but in particular my 2 sons, and to see them at that ripe age earn 6-figure incomes. I don't know, the feeling as a parent is totally overwhelming. So just keep that in mind when you hear the numbers here. There are many more things here that can be just as important as the money.
water and air cleanup are big business. The presidential election brought out strong concerns from both candidates about water and air problems, and it's in the news almost daily. Most of us are aware that the environment is our #1 problem. The front page of USA Today recently reported results from a recent poll that 82% of the people in America view water pollution and air pollution as the #1 problems we face as a nation down the road. A recent EPA study shows 22.5 billion pounds of toxic chemicals were released into the air, land, and water last year. That averages 92 pounds per person living in America and has an effect on the water we drink and the air we breathe. NSA doesn't pretend to have a solution for these problems, but we do believe that we can help a little along the way. First, let's talk about our water. Are you more concerned about this water? Or this water? Or this water? Is it any wonder that Newsweek magazine stated, "Water business is a booming business"? Newsweek is talking about the in-home water treatment business. In 1989, the front page of the Wall Street Journal stated the market for water filter and purification devices is on the verge of exploding. And in 1989, Newsweek magazine called it cashing in big on a gusher. Other financial publications are calling water the oil industry of the 90s. Another report recently appeared on the front page of the Wall Street Journal titled Trends in Industry and Finance. It stated, water worries prompt growing investor interest. The entire water industry is on the edge of a boom. Tougher water quality concerns will benefit companies that make water filters, said the Wall Street Journal. That's where NSA comes into the picture. National Safety Associates is a 20-year-old company based in Memphis, Tennessee. They manufacture and market water treatment units. NSA has been honored by the city of Memphis with a very special award. It is called the Outstanding Company Award. This prestigious award is shared only by other Memphis-based companies such as Holiday Inns of America and Federal Express. NSA is one of the top direct sales companies in the history of direct sales in America. With over $500 million in sales, NSA has sold well over 2 million units. In addition, it is also one of the fastest growing. In 2.5 years, sales have climbed from about $1 million per month wholesale to over $40 million a month, with projections of $100 million per month within the next 3 to 5 years. NSA has an over 300,000 square foot office and manufacturing facility and has 5 top management people who have been with the company over 15 years. NSA has achieved an impressive 4A2 financial rating with Dun & Bradstreet, the highest rating a company our size can have. NSA invests over $2 million a year in training programs, which target over 80 major cities. These training sessions are free to NSA distributors. NSA has a product that meets a recognized need. Every nutrition book, every weight loss book, and most doctors agree we need to drink more water. On the other side, the news media is telling us not to drink it because it may have a problem. NSA stands right in the middle as a solution to this recognized need with an in-house bottled water appliance priced right for the consumer and giving filtered drinking water for 3 cents a gallon instead of $1 a gallon at the store, and priced right for the salesman to earn up to $111 on a $179 sale in an industry that is booming. The bottled water industry is a financial giant and growing by leaps and bounds, selling at the store for approximately $1 a gallon. This has attracted heavyweight investors in the beverage industry, such as Coca-Cola and Anheuser-Busch. According to Businessweek magazine, Perrier recently purchased Arrowhead Bottled Water Company in California for a sum of $500 million, outbidding Pepsi and other financial giants. These companies probably understand the future of the drinking water industry better than most of us ever will. Presently, the water industry is a $4 billion a year industry, with projections to grow to $20 billion in the next few years. To give you an idea how much $4 billion is, last year, the movie industry reported combined revenues from every theater in America to break all previous records by hitting $4 billion. When you compare the bottled water industry to Hollywood, it looks like a financial giant. Bottled waters at the grocery store use activated carbon filtering as stated on the label. They sell it for approximately $1 per gallon. On January 5th, 1988, a group of scientists presented Congress with results from a 5-year study on America's tap water, explaining the problems and the solution. The solution: activated carbon filtering. Consumer advocate Ralph Nader, along with many of the major bottlers of water, agree that activated carbon is the most cost-effective way of filtering undesirables from our drinking water. Some pediatricians have used granular activated carbon for years in aiding a child who has swallowed something poisonous. The granular activated carbon is pumped into the stomach, where it absorbs the poison, and then the stomach is pumped. So we can't say enough about the values of granular activated carbon. Many emergency rooms in hospitals are supplied with granular activated carbon. NSA offers a variety of water treatment units using granular activated carbon, like a lot of bottled waters at the store. We call it our in-home bottled water appliance. Most of our units are bacteriostatic, making them maintenance-free. Point-of-use filtration in the convenience of your own kitchen seems to be the best alternative to $1 a gallon for bottled water at the store. Never worry again about the inconvenience or the shelf life of bottled waters. Make your own filtered water and drink it fresh. Here are several models from which to choose. The 50C is our countertop model. This unit is known as the puppy of our products because of the puppy dog sales approach used in the marketing. Say you give a child a puppy for 1 week. They certainly wouldn't want to give the dog up at week's end. The 50C is just like a puppy. Try it. You won't want to give it up. Here is our sales approach. Drink free bottled water on me for a week. Then tell me how much better your coffee and tea taste and that you find yourself drinking more water. The week is over and a lot of your friends had rather give you a check than give the unit back. The 50C is guaranteed for 3 years and produces 5,000 gallons of quality drinking water for only $179, or only $5 monthly over 3 years. That's 3 cents a gallon for all the water you can drink. At the store, at $1 a gallon, that would cost you $5,000, making the 50C a real value at $179. Consider this. How much is your time worth? 5,000 gallons of water equals approximately 5,000 trips to the store. When given a choice, write a check for $179 or make 5,000 trips to the grocery store, what would you do? Or you could buy 2 gallons at a time and cut back to 2,500 trips. So doesn't it make good sense to filter your own water in the convenience of your own kitchen with an NSA do-it-yourself bottled water appliance? Here's a test to show the difference between most tap water and water from an NSA filter. This is the reason a lot of people spend up to $1 a gallon for filtered and bottled water from the store. We'll run tap water into 1 glass, and by simply pulling the diverter button on our countertop model, we get filtered water in another glass. You can usually smell and taste the difference by sampling the filtered water first. What we are going to do here is a visual test by putting OTO drops in both glasses. OTO can be purchased at any swimming pool supply and is used to test the chlorine level in the pool. By using this color graph that comes in the test kit, you can see how much chlorine is present. What we find in some cases is that there is as much chlorine in the tap water as in the swimming pool. As you can see here, the tap water has turned yellow, showing the presence of chlorine, while the filtered water stayed crystal clear. More than 70% of our body is water. Water makes up more than 80% of our blood supply. Which water sitting here would you rather be made of? Our kidneys use water over and over for a total of 2,500 gallons per week. You could almost say there's 2 choices. Filter your water or be a filter. We're not knocking chlorine. We must use chlorine or some other type of chemical to kill bacteria in our water. But then, it is so simple to take it out before we drink it by using activated carbon filtration. When you go to the store to buy a loaf of bread, it comes wrapped in plastic to protect it until we get ready to eat it. But you don't eat the plastic wrapper. Look at chlorine as the wrapper around our water to protect it until we are ready to drink it. Then, Remove it with your NSA in-home bottled water appliance. By doing so, we remove bad odor and bad taste and end up drinking more water. The 100S unit filters 12,000 gallons, fits under the counter, and retails for $209. The 25i is a filtration unit for your ice maker, producing over 3,000 gallons of filtered ice and retails for $74. The 10P is used for traveling or taking into the restaurant and filters 250 gallons for $49. Our shower head filters 24,000 gallons and retails for $239. The 3000 HM filters heavy metals and retails for $299. The 300H is a whole house system filtering 75,000 gallons and retails for $539 with a small yearly cost to replace the cartridge. This 744 model is a well unit for the treatment of problem water, and bottleless water coolers for the office are also now available. These two models require a special training workshop. See a certified NSA dealer for details. Consider the timing with NSA. 10 years ago, if someone told you that by 1990 a gallon of water would cost as much as a gallon of gas, you'd have thought they were crazy. But today, it's true. Timing is important when considering the validity of any financial opportunity. 20 years ago, less than 5% of the families in America owned a microwave oven. Today, it's a standard appliance. 20 years ago, the microwave was a ground floor opportunity. But we can't turn back the clock 20 years and cash in on that missed opportunity. Today, less than 5% of the homes have a point-of-use water treatment system. Studies show that during the next few years, point-of-use water filtration systems will become a standard appliance in the kitchens of America. If you have 2 gas stations in your neighborhood and one sells gas for $1 a gallon and the other for 3 cents a gallon, which would you buy? And how would you like to get paid for telling your friends where they can buy it for 3 cents a gallon? Now you have the option of spending $1 a gallon or 3 cents a gallon for quality drinking water and get rewarded for telling your friends how to get it for 3 cents a gallon. What are you going to do? And what will a lot of your friends do? Now, let's discuss another problem: air pollution. Most people are aware of the problems we are facing with air pollution. One of our astronauts that has gone up twice now in the early 80s and again in the late 80s gave this report. On the first trip, the Earth looked like a bright blue marble from outer space, and less than 10 years later, looked like a dingy gray marble. That describes the way we have polluted our air in less than 10 years. When most of us think of air pollution, this is all we really see: smokestacks and crowded freeways in congested cities. We don't think about our very own homes and offices. According to the American Lung Association, indoor air quality is a much worse problem than outdoor air, sometimes up to 20 times worse. This is alarming when the average person spends about 90% of their time inside. And did you know, the average person breathes in about 16,000 quarts of air each day. Each quart of air contains some 70,000 visible and invisible particles. Experts agree, without some type of filtration, our lungs and respiratory systems are the only defenses we have. The average person's respiratory system has to eliminate over 2 heaping tablespoons full of particle matter each day. 60% of children are exposed to cigarette smoke from one or both parents, and respiratory problems among children of smokers are 10 to 20% higher than with children of non-smokers. Over 40 million people have allergy and respiratory problems. According to the experts, there are 2 basic types of contaminants in the air we breathe: gases and particles. Gases range from offensive odors to more complex problems. NSA's environmental systems address both problems. Particles such as dust and pollen cause problems for us like allergies, hay fever, and sinus irritations. And gases attach themselves to these particles floating in the air that are so small we can't see them. And some experts say breathing secondhand smoke is about the same as smoking. We've gone all out to insulate our homes well to keep down the rising energy costs. And now all these things are trapped inside our homes. The paint and wallpaper, carpets and upholstered furniture help add to the inside air pollution with their dyes and chemicals. Dust in the home, though, is the most common year-round particle floating in the air. Notice the dust settled on the furniture when doing your house cleaning? And our heating and cooling systems help to recirculate it and keep it afloat. Meet these critters you may live with and not even know. This is a magnified picture of the common house dust mite, found in the house dust of most homes. Many people are more allergic to mites than to other house dust components. These dust mites travel on the dust that floats in household air. Ads such as this are running in our nation's newspapers, advertising to come out and clean your air ducts of these tiny beasts. NSA now offers 2 quality air filters at a reasonable cost, the Model 1200A and Model 7000A. The 1200A filters air fast and absorbs and neutralizes most odors. It is up to 80% efficient for filtering particle size from the air down to 0.3 microns. It treats approximately 1,500 cubic feet and retails for $179. The 7000A features HEPA filtration. The Donaldson Manufacturing Companies manufacture the HEPA filter in our unit, and all patents on HEPA, which stands for High Efficiency Particulate Air, are owned by the United States government. It was developed by the Atomic Energy Commission during World War II to remove radioactive dust from plant exhaust, and was found only until recently in industrial, medical, and pharmaceutical facilities. HEPA filtration is rapidly coming into use in medical applications, such as burn centers and surgery rooms, where the air must be optimal. Some allergy specialist medical doctors have prescribed the Model 7000A to their patients. The human eye, under ideal conditions, can see particles down to 10 microns in size. The 7000A also uses a pre-filter to remove larger particles and a tri-media filter. 95% efficiency at 0.3 microns meets hospital approval. Air passing through the 7000A is 95% efficient down to 0.1 microns. This unit filters approximately 3,000 cubic feet and retails for $479. Replacement filters for the 1200A and 7000A are available from NSA. Here is a brief look at how an NSA distributor gets paid. There are 4 different positions in our marketing plan. The first position is called dealer. The second position is direct distributor. The third position, car qualified. And the fourth position, sales coordinator. We are going to take the countertop model that retails for $179 and use as an example to illustrate to you the profits for the distributor at each pay level. Starting off at the bottom position as a dealer, a brand new dealer earns $59, approximately a 30% profit. To move up to the next position of direct distributor, you must do $5,000 wholesale volume in 1 calendar month. That's you and your organization. You can then qualify for additional rebates and bonuses that bring your earnings up to $92, approximately 50% profit on the different models. NSA has a distributor benefits association for direct distributors and above. This includes major medical health insurance at group rates. That could be a considerable savings. The distributor has the use of MasterCard and Visa to make the retail sale. Simply mail NSA the credit card slip and get the check back promptly. Other benefits are coming soon. As your sales increase, so do your profits. The next position, car qualified, $15,000 in business in 4 calendar months. That's you and your total organization of dealers, and it can bring your total up to $104, which is a 55% profit. Here is the magic in the NSA pay plan, a product that sells for under $200 and pays the distributor over $100. Car salesmen sell a product for over $10,000 to earn a $100 commission, and the NSA distributor can earn that on a $179 sale. To reach the top position, sales coordinator, all you have to do is $25,000 in business in 1 calendar month. That's you and your group. And with the rebates and bonuses you receive at this level, it can bring your earnings up to $111 on the same $179 sale. That's a 60% profit from selling NSA's different models. You can earn anywhere from 30 to 60%. What's exciting is, once you qualify for any of these positions, it's permanent. In other words, once you do the $25,000 worth of business, you are always a sales coordinator. We have a lot of part-time people working NSA. A part-time dealer can sell 3 countertop models a week and earn $13,000 a year. How many people do you know that can use an extra $1,000 a month? Now let's take a look at the management opportunity. If you're at the sales coordinator level working at 60% and your dealer is working at 30%, the company pays you the difference. So if your dealer earns $1,000 in a month, selling 2 or 3 units a week, how much do you earn? Approximately $1,000 a month. So if distributor A here has 10 dealers earning $1,000 this month at 30%, how much does distributor A earn that same month from the other 30%? $10,000. And if you work with them to get them to sales coordinator like you, NSA pays up to 6% on all of your frontline sales coordinators and their organization. That's them and all their dealers, direct distributors, and car-qualified distributors. Once you have 5 frontline sales coordinators, you can then qualify for Fifth Dimension and National Marketing Director. National Marketing Directors receive a benefit package that includes up to $3,000 a month expense allowance. That can be $36,000 a year. Profit sharing. Last year, the company divided up $2 million in profit sharing among the National Marketing Directors. Free stock in the company. Jay Martin is giving away 33% of the company to the National Marketing Directors. A full insurance package including hospitalization and life insurance. And there's more. The front page headlines of the New York Times business section in June of 1989 printed an article titled, "Wringing Profits from Clean Air." This article indicated that the dollars spent in America on concerns for air pollution has a 3-time greater potential than that spent on water concerns. NSA is now supporting their distributors with quality air products for an industry that looks very profitable, with air filters for the car coming soon. 0.1% have some type of in-home air filtration system at this time. The timing couldn't look better to become an NSA distributor. The distributors you are about to hear from earn above average NSA incomes. There is in no way a guarantee that a distributor with NSA will earn any income whatsoever. The incomes, if any, of each distributor are solely based upon the personal efforts and abilities of the individual participant in the NSA program.
Hi everybody, my name's Carmela Cugini. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I saw NSA and got started in the middle of July of this past year. My first month, I made a little bit over $5,000. I currently had a job with the airlines, and this really beats the airlines. But what I'm really excited about is today I just got a phone call. We just closed a deal for $1 million of air units. I'm going to get my Porsche. I'm really excited.
Hi, my name is Michael Benoit. I'm from the Manhattan office. My first month I got started part-time before I got in full-time. Puppy dog 60 units, sold 58, made $5,500. Became a sales coordinator. That's when I made it to go full-time. Great opportunity and terrific product. Thank you.
My name is Darren Hardy. I started out in this business very part-time, going to college, doing it, like I said, very part-time. And my first month, just retailing the product, made about $3,000 and progressed from there. My next check, which will be coming any day now, NSA, will be about $20,000.
I'm Heidi Dulé, and this is Marina Burke from San Francisco. We are real estate developers, and I'll let Marina tell our story.
We've been in the business part-time for about 3 months and 2 weeks, and in that time we've made $55,000 just retailing the product. We didn't realize how you should sponsor people, so we're just learning how to do that. But just retailing, that's what we've done, so that's better than real estate.
My name is Carlos Cervella. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I've been in the business about 1.5 years now. My first month made it sales coordinator. 10 months later, Fifth Dimension sales coordinator. And just this past December, national marketing director. I've earned over $100,000 since I've been in. Last month, my organization did just close to $1 million in volume. Should be receiving a check for over $40,000.
My name is Christopher Archie, and I'm from Houston, Texas. My background is I own a steel company in Houston in reinforcing steel that did about $1 million a year in business. A friend of mine named Jeff Slagle that I met about 4 years ago down in Newport Beach introduced me to this industry. And then I saw one of his checks for $100,000, and he said, by the way, that was last month. At that time, I became very prudent. I looked at the company real hard, got involved with the company. My first 2 weeks in the business, I made sales coordinator, made over $4,000. After my third month, my income had went over $17,000. Right now, we're looking at $10,000 income a month, And the neat thing about it, no employees, no 941 taxes. It's the greatest opportunity I've ever had the privilege of being involved with.
My name is Dwayne Davis. I'm a national marketing director from San Francisco. I've been with the company now 2 years. In that 2-year time frame, I've made over $170,000. My organization has done over $4 million. We're in over 20 states right now. The company and the business is fantastic. I can tell you right now that if you're looking at NSA for the first time, stop looking, just get involved.
My name is Kenny Lloyd out of Atlanta, Georgia. Been in the business now for 90 days. I was diligently pursued by a guy by the name of Stanley James. I came in as direct. I went car qualified in 2 days. I went sales coordinator in 10, fifth dimension in 30. With the help of a strong organization, I've made well over $48,000 in 90 days. And I tell you what, they tell me in business that it's timing and positioning. The time is now. The position can be yours. Don't let it pass you by.
I'm Herbert Harris, a New York attorney, and this is my wife, Marcia.
We got a copy of the Living the Dream tape, and we were so impressed that we flew down from New York to Atlanta to attend a regional. We really liked the caliber and the quality of people that we saw there, and we decided to come in as factory direct distributors.
Our first 40 units were set out in 13 days, and we sold 34 of them. We made over $3,000 our first 3 weeks in the business. In our first 30 days, we moved over $60,000 in product, and our first check from the company was $16,800.
Good evening. My name is Larry Barnett from Atlanta, Georgia. I've been in the real estate mortgage business in Atlanta for some 20 years now. It was over 2 years ago that Barry Ackle and Earl Shaw came to Atlanta, Georgia, introducing an NSA opportunity to my wife and I. We had $5,000 worth of product in our garage for 17 months. I can tell you, I looked at 2 other opportunities and got involved with 2 other things in those 17 months, not realizing the opportunity that presented itself in NSA. Barry had asked that I just come and check it out one more time. Folks, I can't believe a company with a 20-year history, 482 Dun & Bradstreet rating, and the kind of credibility that this company has, I could not see it earlier. But since May, we've become fifth dimension as of the July 31st. National Marketing Director is February 1st, 1990. We've earned $60,000 our first 4 months and over $100,000 our first 6 months. Go ahead and look at all your other opportunities, but I'll tell you, when you've looked, come on back to this one because it'll still be here.
My name's Dave Grego from Fort Wayne, Indiana. I was approached several times about the NSA opportunity and had a very successful small business already running, so I didn't look. Jenny Breslin called me and said, Dave, you got to look at this NSA business. I said, Jen, I've already seen it, just about hung up on me. She called me back a month later, sent me a check that she had made $30,000. I decided to take a closer look. My first 2 weeks, retailed about 20 units, netted $4,000, made sales coordinator. Just made fifth dimension last month, gonna net right around $20,000. It's a great opportunity, now I'm selling my other business.
My name is Edward Blumenthal of Chicago. My background is twofold. First is sports and financials. Sports, I was a member of the United States karate team. I was in the 1983 Pan Am Games, gold medal winner, and in the 84 Games in Los Angeles. Thank you. Financials, I was a manager of an international investment firm. After looking at this, we moved into it. Talked to a few national marketing directors in Chicago, and then I met Jeff Roberti and Jim and Judy Jacobson. Through their support and strategy, first month, demoed 42 units, sold over 30 of them, became sales coordinator, earned over $15,000. 30th, our 90th day in our third month, 9 sales coordinator, check over $50,000, and netted over $30,000.
My name is Bill Chanel. I'm from Newport News, Virginia. Looked at NSA at the end of August, got started the 1st of September, came in at the direct level with 40 units, retailed my 40 units in 3 weeks, doubled my money, made $4,000 my first month retailing the product. My second month, I got serious about the business, started building a distributorship. I did $46,000 in business in October. My first check with NSA was $18,000. That really made up my mind about this opportunity. My third month in the business was November, did $52,160 in volume. My check for those efforts was $23,000, and they're not getting any less. I just want to thank God and thank Jay Martin for this opportunity. And environmental products is the wave of the future, and I'm going to ride it all the way to the beach.
I'm Johnny Daniel from Carrollton, Georgia, and Jeff told me not to take but 30 seconds, but I can't say good morning in 30 seconds. But I just want to give you a little background on me before I tell you what's happened to me. I was a rodeo cowboy going about 100 rodeos a year, and I run about 200 head of cows, and I taught school. I taught shop, woodworking, and welding. You probably already figured out I wasn't an English teacher. But anyway, I got in this program about 2 years ago just to make about $200 a week to help supplement my income. And after my first year in this business part-time, Elton Dubose, the vice president of the company, he said, Johnny, he said, do you know you made more money part-time this year than the president of the United States? And I said, yeah, but I worked harder. I said, but I do just want to say, before I leave here, that this is the greatest opportunity in America, and I do thank the Lord for just letting me look into this, and for all the people that's come my way that's helped get me here. And from 2 years, I went from a cowboy shop teacher to Pac-10, and thank Jay Martin and Jeff and Errol and all of you. God bless you.
We're Jim and Carol Moore from Indianapolis, Indiana. I can tell you just 2 short years ago, we started in the business. We were absolutely broke. The first year, first Christmas for Carol, I was able to move into a 6,000 square foot home on 5 acres. We have a 22-acre lake in the backyard. We both drive Mercedes. I can tell you that this year at Christmas, it was carte blanche.
I'm thankful we live in a country that allows a business like NSA to grow. So I like to say God bless the USA and God bless NSA.
Cheryl Cortese, once again, South Louisiana, 2 years now with NSA, background education, within the first 5 months, Fifth Dimension, National Marketing Director within the first year. I make my yearly salary, double my yearly salary as a university teacher every month, and I can learn to live on that if I have to, I guess.
My name is Bob Rose from Long Island, New York. I've been in the business exactly 2 years this month. Jeff Roberti came up to New York and we did a meeting similar to this one. The only difference was we had 17 people in the room, and I was teaching my 23rd year of school. My second check in the business was larger than my annual teaching salary, and I quit after 23 years. And I'm happy to say that every month since then, my check has been larger than my annual teaching salary. And in the first 2 years, we've earned over $1.5 million with this opportunity. It's a great one.
Hello, my name's Errol Abramson from Vancouver, British Columbia. This is Zdenka. In March of 1988, a friend of mine, Dr. Earl Mundell, told me about NSA, and I rejected it. I was running a $70 million conglomerate, and he told me about the money first. In April, he showed me the product down in Anaheim in my hotel room, and I really liked it. And I thought the product would be affordable for lower income families so young children wouldn't have to drink chlorine. So NSA has been a very cause-oriented business for me. We got involved in May. In our first month, we earned $126,700 with retail and wholesale. Our largest month's been $165,000. We're just a little over $2 million now. Thank you.
What I'd like to do is just tell you what happened to me. 3 years ago, I was introduced to NSA. I was a customer first, and as a satisfied customer, I found out you could make money selling this product, and I borrowed the money to get started. I placed 40 filters in 8 days, sold 32 out of my first 40 demos, and was able to earn almost $3,000 retailing that first week. My first month as a sales coordinator, I got a check for almost $16,000, and it's just been incredible. I've kept sponsoring and building and working with people over the last 3 years, didn't take this opportunity for granted, and it's right at $7 million in commissions in 3 years. Thank you.
We hope you have enjoyed this presentation of Living the Dream. Pass this tape along to a friend and include the Living the Dream presentation book. Training tapes are available to help optimize your success with NSA. To order, call 1-305-943-8547.